Okay, so picture this, a crypto brand, but not just any crypto brand. This one literally breaks out of the digital world. I mean, we're talking toys you can buy at Walmart, GIFs that are absolutely everywhere, and a token that went nuclear, hitting a multi-billion-dollar valuation. And no, this isn't some far-off dream. This is the real story of Pudgy Penguins.
But here's where it gets wild. This project, it was basically dead in the water. I mean, on the brink of total collapse, completely abandoned by its original creators. So that leads us to the big question we're gonna unpack here. How in the world did a dying crypto project end up on the shelves of Walmart?
And what a roller coaster it's been. You've got the huge hype in 2021, then a near total crash and burn in 2022, but then an unbelievable comeback. First with toys in 2023, then a massive token launch, and now they're eyeing Wall Street? Seriously. So let's get into how they actually managed to pull this off.
All right, so to really get how they succeeded, we've got to go back to where they failed. The first chapter of this story is a classic crypto Wild West tale. You know the one. Big promises and even bigger letdowns.
So by early 2022, things were grim. This project was just a graveyard of broken promises. They said there'd be a game? Nope. A token? Never happened. Even a kid's book? Nothing. And the worst part? Rumors started swirling, with big names in the community saying the treasury, the project's bank account, was completely empty. Trust was just gone.
So what happened? The community had enough. They literally voted the founders out. And this is the turning point. The change in leadership was just night and day. You go from a project that's basically a sinking ship of broken promises to a brand new team with a crystal clear vision. Go mainstream, make real stuff, and do right by the community. And the guy leading this charge? An entrepreneur named Luca Netz. In April 2022, he steps in and buys the whole thing for 750 ETH. Now, at the time, that was about $2.5 million bucks. I mean, think about that. A massive, massive bet on a brand that pretty much everyone else had left for dead.
But see, Luca wasn't just buying some cute digital penguins. He was buying an opportunity to try something totally different, a whole new way of thinking about what a Web3 brand could actually become.
His vision was super clear from the get-go. This wasn't about appeasing the crypto-native crowd. It was about building a brand for everybody. A mainstream brand built on positive vibes. And, this is key, using physical things like toys to bridge the gap into the digital world. So, the game plan was actually pretty straightforward. It came down to 3 key things. 1. Build a positive, feel-good brand that anyone could get behind. 2. Create physical doorways, these gateways like toys, to get new people interested. And 3. Give back to the OG community, people who stuck around, and give them a real piece of the pie.
And look, this wasn't just a bunch of nice ideas on a whiteboard. The execution is what really makes this story special. They didn't just talk the talk. They went out and aggressively pushed into the real physical world.
And the results? Honestly, they were staggering. We're talking over 1 million toys sold. That's over $13 million in revenue from huge stores like Walmart. Let that sink in. No other brand that started as an NFT has ever done anything like this.
But here's the really clever part. The toys, they're not just toys, they're a Trojan horse. Every single one is a portal, a secret on-ramp designed to bring a regular person who just bought a cute toy into their whole digital world.
Okay, so here's how they do it. Each toy has a little QR code. You scan it and it takes you to Pudgy World, which is the super simple, user-friendly online game. When you scan the code, you get digital stuff for your character, right? But here's the magic trick. While you're doing that, the system is creating a crypto wallet for you completely in the background. All that complicated stuff that usually scares people away from crypto, gone. It turns a simple toy purchase into a lasting digital connection just like that. And it wasn't just about toys. Their media game was on another level. Get this, by late 2024, their GIFs on platforms like Giphy had been viewed 32 billion times. That's billion with a B. That just shows you their reach is way, way bigger than just the crypto world. They're part of internet culture now.
And they didn't forget about the people who believed in them from the start. They built this thing called Overpass IP. It lets the original NFT owners license out their specific penguin to be used on toys and merch, and they get paid for it. We're talking over $1 million in royalties have already gone back to the holders. That's how you align your company's success with your community's success.
So, you've got the brand firing on all cylinders. The toys are a huge hit, the community is on board. The last piece of the puzzle was the money, the economic engine to make the whole thing go.
And the financial story here is just wow. Remember that $2.5 million purchase price? Well, with the launch of their token, PENG, the whole ecosystem's valuation soared to over $2.4 billion. That's just an insane amount of value creation.
So, after you've conquered toy stores and the crypto markets, where do you go next? Well, you go for the final boss, Wall Street. Yep, you heard me right. So the plan is to launch a Pudgy Penguins ETF. Now, an ETF is basically just a fund that you can buy and sell on a stock exchange, just like a share of Apple or something. But what makes this ETF totally wild and completely new is what's inside it. It wouldn't just hold their crypto token, Dollar Penguin, it would also hold the actual Pudgy Penguin NFTs. Nobody's ever done that before.
Okay, so this all sounds amazing, right? But let's be real, it's not all smooth sailing from here. To keep this momentum going, they've got some pretty big obstacles to overcome.
First, you've got the toy business. That means dealing with massive scale manufacturing, shipping, logistics, all on really thin profit margins. Then there's their mobile game, which is jumping into one of the most ridiculously competitive markets on the planet. And of course, that ETF. Getting regulators to approve something so new, especially when you have to figure out how to value and trade NFTs, that is a huge, huge question mark.
But you can't count them out. Their strengths are just as big as their challenges. You've got this iconic brand that's already been through the fire and survived. They have deals with huge retailers already in place. Their online reach is gigantic. Plus, they have a massive crypto token and are even building their own blockchain called Abstract. The foundation they've built is seriously impressive.
So when you step back and look at it, the Pudgy Penguin story is more than just a comeback. It's proof that a brand can start in the digital world and completely take over the physical one. They've mixed digital ownership with real-world stuff in a way that's created something totally new. So that leaves us with one last big question. Is this just a wild, one-off crypto success story, or are we looking at the actual blueprint for how you build the next generation of billion-dollar global brands?